Hello. I hope you are doing well this beautiful Friday summer day. Yes, I know it's still spring, but the past 2 days the weather has had other ideas. I absolutely love it, but I just wish I had more time to be outside to enjoy it, which is not a problem, but it is a problem when it's going to rain all weekend, right? So, work has been busy and everything's been crazy, but it is nice to see just in those 2 days. I mean, everything's coming out, the plants, the flowers, the trees, everything's budding. We just had our landscapers come today and put down the mulch, and so we are ready to roll. This is like exciting, and everybody, you could just feel the excitement in the air, and people are feeling better. So if you got out there these past 2 days, you were lucky to enjoy them. So I'm a little jealous. But you are listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I'm your host, Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, a full-service independent financial planning firm located in Medford. I'm here live every Friday from 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 103.9 LI News Radio. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you have any questions on anything we discuss here on the air, you can always check out my website at financialchickshow.com or call my office at 631-758-8691. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Diversified Financial Solutions, so check it out. There's a lot of really good information on those social media platforms. So we just finished Passover and had Easter on Sunday. I hope you all enjoyed the holidays. We spent the holiday with some friends that are quite like our family. We started with some brunch and then we went bowling, so it was really a lot of fun. We had a really, really good time. And today also ends spring break for many kids and the teachers. Here at the airport, there's a lot of hustle and bustle here, and the parking lots are jam-packed. And as I was driving here, it was just weird. I started the show back in 2020, at the height of the pandemic, and there was like very little to no traffic. And when we came here to the airport, it was like the tumbleweeds were going through the parking lot, and it's just exciting to see a lot of activity. So, but unfortunately, teachers and students, it's back to school on Monday. But we're in the home stretch now, so I mean we're almost there. The school year is almost over, and I can't believe my daughter is going to be ending her junior year, and it's go time. So we got senior year coming up next year, so pretty exciting stuff there. So I don't really know. I don't know where this year is going. It's moving along really, really quickly. I can't believe April's half over already. I don't know. It just felt like it was New Year's Eve, and now here we are past most of the holidays and moving into summer. I think next up is Memorial Day, right? So wow, that's pretty crazy. But of course, that brings up another timely subject. I'm going to ask the question. Now, I'm not judging, but who has not filed their taxes yet? So if not, listen, you better step it up a little bit, because tomorrow is April 15th. But no worries, since it falls on the weekend, you do get a few more days. So it's not time to truly panic. I mean, the panic will start, but it's not time to really, go over the edge. So you do get a few more days, because Washington, D.C., they're going to be celebrating Emancipation Day, which is the anniversary of the district ending slavery in 1862. And that usually is celebrated or acknowledged, I should say, not really celebrated. Well, I guess it could be celebrated. Acknowledged around tax day. So that's Monday on the 17th, April 17th. So then your actual tax day is Tuesday, April 18th. So, of course, you can get an extension. So you'll have until October 16th. But with the extension, and this is a big common misconception that people have, you will have to pay your tax liability now, not in October. Really, October is just the formality of actually filing the taxes and making sure that you have all of your documents and anything else that you might not have been able to get together, your tax receipts or whatever it may be, but your accountant will give you an estimate of what you will need to pay. Or if you're somebody that gets money back, then you really don't have to worry about it. But if you have to pay, you do have to pay now. It doesn't preclude you from having to pony up the money for taxes now. So just a little word to the wise there. So, and again, there were extensions granted to people affected by natural disasters like the tornadoes and flooding, but if you were affected, you would have already received information about that already. So if you have not April 18th is your day. So a little background, which is interesting. The federal government wasn't allowed, and that's right, wasn't allowed to tax income until 1913, when the 16th Amendment was passed and gave Congress the authority to tax citizens' income without tailoring rates to each state's populations. Tax day was initially established on March 1st, before moving to March 15th in 1918, and finally to April 15th, after the Internal Revenue Service was restructured in 1954. So it is very interesting. So they weren't allowed to, and now of course they're allowed to, and now it's just a total frenzy. And then another surprising fact: the federal income tax existed for brief periods before the 16th Amendment. So before they actually legalized and said that the Congress could, or the federal government could tax us. So Congress levied national income taxes in 1861 to help fund the Civil War. They were repealed after the war ended. Congress passed another flat income tax in 1894, but the Supreme Court quickly labeled it unconstitutional because the Constitution had said that some taxes had to be apportioned to the size of the state. So that's kind of similar to when we go voting, and that certain states will have a little bit more voting power due to the population versus other states. So it's just very interesting how a lot of things tie together, but let's be honest, we all hate taxes. I mean, it is a necessary evil, but it is kind of annoying, and I'm just very glad the tax season's almost over. I've been in business for 26 years now, and I don't know if it's the Postal Service, I don't know if people are just overwhelmed, but I have not received this many calls about people not having their tax documents, I think, ever in my career. I mean, we get a few on and off calls or whatever, but this year it has been over the top, just absolutely over the top. So we're all, and I'm sure the CPAs out there, well, you're probably not listening right now because you're in the home stretch, but if you listen to this on a replay, I'm sure you're very happy that this is over as well. But then, of course, you got quarterly taxes and all that, and corporate taxes, so it just never ends, right, for any of us. But it was very interesting, a little humor to keep it a little light. So according to Time in the History Channel, I don't know if you remember the hotel guru back in the day, Leona Helmsley. Leona Helmsley, widely dubbed the Queen of Mean, she wasn't a very nice person, said, "We don't pay taxes, only little people pay taxes." So they said, in a fitting bit of chronology in terms of time, the judge ordered her prison sentence to start on April 15th. Now, isn't that a kick in the tail, right? That's pretty wild. So, sometimes karma is really something else. And one other interesting little fact about tax day, this is according to Brainy History. All on April 15th, the following things happened. Lincoln died. The Titanic sank. Ray Kroc started McDonald's. And Babe Ruth hit his first home run. So if we want to keep it, we all really hate tax day, right? But with these little fun facts that we have, maybe we can think about it as not such a sad day, even though when you look at your checking account or your savings account after you have to write those checks, we're not feeling all that happy about it. But again, it's a necessary evil, so it's something that we have to deal with, and but at the same time, there's ways to approach that. So what we're going to do after the break is we're going to talk about some things that we're usually scrambling in January to April, like of what to do or how to do it. But how about doing some planning, and me as being the planner with everything that I do in my life, but as a financial planner, it's here to help you to save taxes. And what are some things that you can do? So we'll talk about that after the break. But this is your financial chick, Denise Nostrom. The company is Diversified Financial Solutions. I help you look for financial solutions when you feel like there are none. Feel free to contact me at 631-758-8691 or at financialchickshow.com. So we're going to jump into the commercial break right now. Just like taxes, got to pay the bills. So stay tuned, and we will be talking more about you and how you can not have the tax man be at your back door. So stay tuned.
Two minutes, Denise.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Facebook. How are you? I actually got here early, but didn't get myself set up on Facebook early, so we're running a little bit crazy today. But I hope everybody's good, and I hope you got to enjoy this day a little bit. We'll be getting back started here in a few.
Seconds.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all of those changes. So before the break, we were talking everything, tax day, which, the normal date is April 15th, but this year, as we had discussed, the actual official tax date due to the Emancipation Day and the 15th being on a Saturday is actually April 18th, which is Tuesday. So we got a couple of days more to pull it together, and the accountants, I'm sure, are pulling their hairs out, but get those things done. Don't want to have penalties. Don't want to have any interactions with the IRS, or the least amount that you can have, right? So this year, a lot of people are really starting to, really take a look at their situation and make sure they're doing proper planning. So right now, like on my desk as we speak, and running to the post office to get postmarks, there's people that are doing their IRAs, traditional IRAs, which again you can utilize if you have a job, if you're working, and maybe the place that you work at doesn't provide any type of retirement plan. You can put money into an IRA and take that money right off the top of your income. Or if you still haven't done your taxes, you still have the opportunity of that, that your accountant says that you have to pay some money. But if you put some money into an IRA, presuming you're able to do one, you might be able to defray some of the money that you have to pay to the government. And think of it this way, maybe you have to pull that money together, but you're putting it into an IRA, which is your money. So once you send the money to the black hole of the government, you'll never see that again. But if you put some money into the IRA to defer your taxes, it's yours. And then, of course, someone like myself can help you manage that money to then grow it, over time. SEP IRA, if you have a business that you run, or maybe a side hustle, is SEP IRAs, they're single Ks. You can open up these plans again to do the same thing, to defer some of the taxes. And we usually have this, hair on fire, running, like screaming, like, oh my God, I have to get due by the tax deadline. But maybe that's the case right now. But if you know that you're doing an IRA or a Roth IRA, maybe you just want to do something in addition to what you have with your company plan at work, or you have your own business SEP IRA or a single K, why don't you now start to set something up and do it on a monthly basis? So let's just say your goal is to do $6,000, just to throw out a number. Set up something to, we've lost a couple months right now, but normally it would be $500 a month. That's easier to chew on than doing the whole $6,000 and trying to figure that out right before tax deadline, which is usually like 2 days. You have 2 days to go and you have to pull this money together. So do some planning, Put the money away, have that conversation with your accountant, talk to me. Let's see what's the best way, to do that. It's also a good time to take a fresh look at your retirement plans. If you're not maxing out, but you're paying taxes to the government, it might be time to put more money toward your 401k or your 403b. Or maybe, you're a teacher and, you haven't started the 403b. Call me there too, because that's something that you should do. I mean, unfortunately, it's what we do for ourselves for our future that's going to make us successful. If we listened to the show last week, in about 10 years, the Social Security system is basically telling us that we're not going to get, the full amount that we're seeing on the sheets that they show us, that we're going to get 71% of that, not the full amount. So if we don't put the money away ourselves and grow it, with the market, who will? And that's the thing. So it doesn't take a lot to really make it a lot. So that's an important thing. So look at your IRAs, your Roth IRAs. If you're self-employed, look at some of your company plans that are available. And it depends. Some people are like, oh, SEP. They only know is a SEP IRA. Most accounts will say a SEP IRA. I like them. I like a single K much more, or they call it a solo K. And why do I like that? Well, the fact is that I want to have access to my money. SEP IRA, you can't touch it till you're 59.5. A single K, if you're on your own business, you could put money into that. You can also do a profit sharing contribution, so you can put more money into it. But the beauty of it is that you can take a loan from your own money. Now, how great is that? So you don't have to wait, that's the thing. That's why people don't put money away. Like, oh, no, I'm not gonna be able to touch it. Listen, there's ways to touch everything. It's just a matter of how you put together your portfolio and how you create your financial program. So, it's never just the one and done, just do an IRA and that's it. Many people have their company plan, their IRAs, and it's good to have regular investment money too, and money at the bank. So it's really creating the various silos for yourself, that if an opportunity comes along, or, something bad happens, where something with the car breaks down, or something in the house, or you need a new car, you want to be able to get your hands on money. And an unfortunate fact is that most people, if they had a $1,000 expense pop up, they probably couldn't cover it. And they're saying that most Americans, about 57%, say that they couldn't afford a $1,000 expense that came up right now, according to a recent Bankrate study. So that's a little bit scary. You want to, and even that, I can't do it. You could definitely do it. When I look at people's expenses and see what they're spending, let's carve out the $50 a week that you're spending at Starbucks. So if we reduce that, and even just say $50 a month, right? If you put $50 a month away into a bank account or a savings account or a money market, you're going to create that cash reserve. And let me tell you something. It might be hard to start or do it, but when you have that event or that expense or something that's not there, and you don't have to go to the credit card, you have the money. That would feel so good. So it is hard. It's just like going to the gym, right? Nobody wants to go to the gym. It's like the hardest thing to get there. But once you get there and you get on the equipment and then you leave, you feel good. You feel a little sore, but you know what? No burn, no, oh God, what's that thing? You burn, no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain, right? They're helping me in the studio there. So I thank you. It's Friday. It's exhausting, right? But on other news, so we talked about taxes, enough of that, right? We got to move on with our life. So how about those statements that are coming in? The first quarter ended on March 31st. So I can't believe we're just even saying that. So we're right into the second quarter right now, started April 1st, and it wasn't a joke, it was really real. And but the beauty of it is that we're looking pretty good. The statements are coming in. We have not seen a statement where we've actually made money in probably about a year. So it feels good. Yes, reality, we're not back to where we were. But the thing is that we know things are going in the right direction. Now it's very interesting, an April flowers tip. Based on the market anyway, over the last 50 years, April has been the best month of the year for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, with the index averaging a gain of 2.1% during the month, with positive returns 2/3 of the time. So we got pretty good odds there, right? And again, I love when people say, I don't think that the market is like Las Vegas or any type of gambling thing. It does work, but I sometimes we like to play the odds too. So that'll kind of resonate across the way. But so now April being the best, it's interesting that September has been the worst month with an average decline of 1.07, with gains just 38% of the time over the last 50 years. So again, what does it mean? Well, it doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. But the beauty of it is that we're looking for positive stuff. And it's nice that, especially since my birthday is in April, April's typically an up month in the stock market. So we'll take it. And like I said, things are starting to improve. When you feel like you just, you're disgusted and everything, that's typically when the market turns. So it's very interesting. The last shall be first. In 2022, the three worst performers of the 11 major S&P sectors were communication services, consumer discretionary, and technology, which were all down over 28%. In the first quarter of this year, those sectors were the top three performers, rallying 15% each. Meanwhile, energy, which was the top performing sector of 2022, with a gain of over 50%, was down 5% in quarter one. So what does that tell you? Listen, when you're beside yourself and you're like, I can't do this, stay put, stay with the game, and it does turn around and things work. So that's all I got. That's all I got for today. But I want to thank you so much for being with me today. I hope everyone enjoys the weekend, even though, like I said, it's supposed to rain, which I'm so aggravated about. But we made it to spring. Let's enjoy it. And thank you, Mike, for being here today and making my show look great. And David, love you guys. Thank you for the bailout with my, I couldn't think of the friggin' thing. But anyway, so listen, everybody take care and be well, and I will see you next week. We made it through. Oh my goodness. I know in talking to a lot of you, friends, clients, family, everybody's got something. We're all going through a lot, and it's been a lot. But we got this. Let's just breathe and just help each other and not be mean to each other. Gosh, we all got something going on, so let's just try to be cool to each other. But really enjoy the weekend, and thanks for tuning in, taking time with me. Have a good one. Bye.